Are we really chasing the truth or just chasing views? Tonight, we're going to pull back the curtains on the dark side of paranormal content creation.
What do you perceive as unethical? When does it really cross the line? Tune in to this episode from
Keep it real.
Do you like paranormal?
Do you like urbex?
Why not level up?
And go for both.
If you're interested to join them in the next trip,
Do DM or contact them here.
welcome everyone to tonight's episode. I'm Archie from the Paranormal Consultants.
I am Amy Fox from the Foxy Oracle.
Okay, first of all, we would like to thank everyone, every viewers, listeners, for your comments, for your share, your likes. Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you for your support. All right. So for those who just new to us, they should follow us. Where should they follow lah?
You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and also Instagram.
Yeah. All right. So you have seen our starters. It's actually going to be spicy lah. All right. So what do you all think about influencers or content creators who actually possess on fame? Well, that's a good title lah. All right. So Ami, let's start. Okay. First of all, let's tune one by one.
Right.
Okay. I have a few of the public actually came forward and DM to me about regarding this influencer.
No news mentioned, yeah, guys.
Yeah, you won't mention him, correct? Okay, for this influencer who actually, okay, first of all, he is portraying on some a specific faith, and also try to call out people on some of their bad sides lah, their bad attributes or bad things lah. Recently, it became a talk of the town because he was mentioning about doing paranormal activity in the cemetery.
Oh my.
He says that it's not good, it's not supposed to be that way, and it's apart from doing that, you should be looking and think about God if you're at the cemetery. Okay, so that's, I would like to know what will be your take, first of all.
Okay, so before anything, I just want to say disclaimer to everyone that our intention is just to call out anything that it's not right, okay?
Yes.
Regardless whether it's facts or opinion, what is good, take it.
Yep.
If it does not resonate with you, it's okay. Just leave it where it is.
Yes,
okay?
correct.
You don't have to say that, oh no. Yeah, to each their own. To each their own.
Our platform is not for you to fight or debate lah.
Correct. It's just to share, to create awareness.
Correct.
There you go. Okay, so for me personally, I feel that on some accounts, I would say that I agree with him when it comes to doing paranormal on cemeteries or in cemeteries per se. Why? Because I personally believe that cemetery is a final resting place for everybody.
Okay, true.
Not only for a specific faith, but for everybody. Okay, so that is where if let's say you want to do paranormal at cemeteries, you are technically causing some disturbances there for those people who are asleep. Okay, which again, I agree with this particular person on that. Okay, but when it comes to talking about getting numbers, right, or getting viewership on this kind of things, I believe there are more than one way to skin a snake lah. That's what I always believe. More tactful way to approach things, especially when it comes to your niche. So yeah, that's for me lah. Do you consider yourself as an influencer?
I will not say I'm an influencer.
We're not influencers, yeah, guys.
Yeah,
we are content creators.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
We are not content. Okay, that's a good take actually. I mean, okay, I will agree on. I'm actually in line with you, agreeing on every point that you bring out about the cemetery part. Okay, I may want to add up on this. Okay, first of all, I will say, it's very sensitive to do at cemetery because some of them, I mean, like from some of this community or the publics actually consider it as a taboo to disturb, people who are resting for eternity. Okay, we're talking
Resting
about
place.
the resting place of this so-called the people down there, right? Okay, and on top of that, I will say that it is also for me against my principle to do at cemetery. Even though I'm doing paranormal research or investigation, I will not do it in the cemetery due to a respect, because
Respect.
this is true stories that happen. My late grandfather's cemetery, somebody actually put something like spiritual, joss sticks, Chinese joss sticks on a Muslim cemetery and actually make the area dirty. So that is one of the thing which actually I would say no, we cannot do this. From
It's
what I see,
disrespectful lah. It's just
very disrespectful.
it's just downright disrespectful. Especially, sorry to cut, yeah, but I feel like, especially when it comes to interracial, when you are of another community and then you do at another people's faith that is not in alignment with yours, to me it's just a no-no.
True.
Okay, so imagine if, let's say, someone does that to your family's grave.
Of course, it
You'll
will be, yeah.
You'll flip. So imagine reversing the role. How would you feel? Same.
Yes, and also touching on this, right? In the first place, why does people go to cemetery when it comes to doing paranormal, doing paranormal? In fact, the word, the sentence that was used, doing paranormal, is already misaligned.
Correct.
Because it's actually misleading when you call yourself a paranormal, because paranormal is actually a phenomena. It's not an activity. It's not even a hobby, guys. So to me, if you are saying paranormal is a hobby, my hobby, that's bullshit. That's wrong, because it's an phenomena. It's not an event. It's not an activity.
Correct.
To my point of view, for those who are going cemetery, doing paranormal, is actually you are not a true blue paranormalist. You're just a thrill seekers and you don't research much. You don't do your work, your job. You listen from people, look at other content, and then, oh, we have to go cemetery because got ghosts.
Yeah. So that is where I feel like in the norm, right? People now they perceive paranormal as finding ghosts.
Precisely.
And the only place that they can think of is cemetery.
Yeah.
Coming from the paranormal consultants. So obviously they know what they're doing. The basic foundation of paranormal itself, you need to go back to the roots first. To me, that is what I understand. Because again, for me, it's more to the spiritual side, the spiritual perspective of things. So there you go.
Correct. Actually, yeah. This is something I will call out to every paranormal, local paranormal. Even they are hiding behind the word explorer. They call themselves explorer, but they are actually, doing ghost hunting as well. So this, to me, I'm calling out to all of you that it's quite sickening for you to go cemetery, to walk down there and disrespect anyone, laying down there. It doesn't matter if it's from what kind of faith. Okay. In fact, I've seen people who did spiritual stuff. For example, they went to conjure, ghost or jinn to be put inside a person's body, and then do mediumship. And from what I observed, I went down because I was invited.
Right.
I went down and it's total bullshit, guys. It's a total bullshit. It's actually kind of like a cult movements, in my point of view.
Advice I would just say as an advice, perhaps before you guys do any of these kind of things, it's best for you guys to maybe put a disclaimer to say that do not follow any of these acts or actions and whatnot. Because why? People who do not understand, they will think like, hey, this is something very interesting. Maybe we should copy this. Especially for those people who are starters, they want to have their own contents and whatnot. You do not know the reason why they do it, why they do it, how they do it, the behind the scenes and whatnot. You guys see the only thing that is in the screen. So that is where, to me, before you even dive deep, right,
Yeah.
you really need to do your homework first.
Correct.
Homework is very important, guys.
Yeah, that is very, very important. Yeah, I will agree on that. I mean, I will agree on that because it's not like people say people do. What they call it? Is it the same?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey see, monkey do. Now let's see who's the monkey.
Again, when touching on
Mm-mm.
the spiritual practices and whatnot, right? Again, to put as cultic, I feel a bit scared because in where we are, right? That's why if let's say you do not know where we're coming from, perhaps you might want to go back to our previous episode with regards to cultic practices and groups,
Yes.
right? So that is where again I will ask, what is the requirement for you to be a cult leader? So again, with cultic practices, I always believe whatever spiritual practices that you do, it is not meant for you to showcase to the world what you can do or what you are doing.
Yeah,
It's not right.
and it's also not for your own benefit. Especially like using money. That time we're talking the episode, right, about using money, taking advantage, and then also abuse, physical abuse, all this.
I think the actual word, the correct word to use is monetizing
Yeah,
or riding on spirituality for monetary purpose lah.
correct.
It's not right.
Okay, back to this influencer that I mentioned.
Right.
Okay, I saw the video. Okay, the riding part, I will say I am also okay. I'm putting a conclusion that it's a cloud chasing kind of content. I will say so. Why? Okay, thank you everyone. Paranormal is a phenomenon. It's a global phenomenon, I will say. Because why? Not just paranormalists are doing it. Even people who are not in the niche, or people from exterior lanes wants to come in and write on paranormal.
Exactly. This is to me which, oh my god, I really sorry, but yeah, everyone have their own free will. Everyone can do
Yeah.
what they want to do. But my personal opinion is just stick to your lane. You know, if you are good at something else, just do that. You know, you don't have to go to someone else's lane whose niche is already there. Particularly paranormal spirituality. Don't cross.
What if their lane is cloud chasing?
Alamak.
That one really kecoh
I'm so sorry lah. I mean, to me, with all due respect, yeah, I don't mean to to throw any shades lah per se, but people, this is my personal opinion, and my opinion don't matter. Okay, if it resonates with you, fine.
Yeah.
To me, cloud chasing, people who cloud chase don't have their own content to begin with. That is why they have to, have to do this, have to talk about this, have to talk about this. No problem talking about people's things.
Yeah.
But why must talk shit about people's things? Why can't you just see the beauty in what people do? Because at the end of the day, it's their effort, their work.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, actually, okay. That influencer, why I say it's a cloud chasing, because paranormal is like a global phenomenon.
Right.
Everybody wants to write on it, right? Okay, this particular influencer, when he was talking about, oh, don't go to cemetery, it's not good, you should think about God, it's about the death, life after death, blah, 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 right? But in the middle of his video, it's actually from the start to the end, it's he's actually putting his company brand.
Oh my goodness.
So which is which? Is it a marketing stunt, or are you seriously wants to share or want to put up front and advise based on religious side or faith? I don't know where
I feel like it's very conflicted. This person's content is very conflicted.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to be preachy in your content, or are you trying to push your branding?
Precisely, correct. So yeah, this is something that probably, because okay, another thing that it created a chaotic discussion, debate, and also quarrel, arguments in the comment section itself.
Oh my,
We can see there's two parts
that's
of supporters.
messy.
Super messy.
Messy.
Two parts of supporters. One of it is from the supporting about paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another one is supporting this particular
Influencer.
come preacher, blah 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 lah. Okay. So that kind of thing, I don't know why it becomes that way. Is it the content is purposely
To
being
clout lah.
to cloud, yeah,
To
rah people,
yes,
so that
yes.
because he seems like a preacher, but it creates arguments in the comment section, and he's not moderating it,
I don't think that's right.
like telling people to calm down. I don't see it in the comment.
And also, I believe there is a proper place to do everything. For everything, there's always a proper place for it. If you want to preach, I don't think the cemetery is the place for you to do that lah. Unless, for our practices, our own practice, we do remind ourselves,
True. Actually, that was what in my mind when I was looking at it. Isn't what you preach is actually to remind yourself.
The gist of doing preaching, actually is not to tell people. Because if you tell people, but you're not being mindful of your own actions, it's another thing altogether.
Yeah, true. Okay, so from here, I will say there's two parts of thing. Yes, there is also insensitive, unrespect ways of people, doing paranormal activity. Okay, I follow your slang lah, your lingo lah. Doing paranormal activity at cemetery, there are a lot of them right now who is actually doing it wrong.
Actually, right. Instead of doing paranormal, why they just never label it as ghost hunting or thrill seeking? Why must it be paranormal? Why must they use that paranormal? Is it because it's a stigma or what?
Okay,
I don't understand.
First of all, it becomes, as I said, it becomes a phenomena. Without the word paranormal, things are not so hype up, because keywords paranormal is quite uprising if you're putting it in a lot of platforms.
Yeah, but I think if you were to say ghost hunting, people might be more like, got ghost ah.
Then they will kena kecam ah.
What to kecam?
Find ghosts, what? This is not good, what? Because, okay, in my point, that's why paranormal consultants, I will always say that we are not finding ghosts, but we are finding the truth of related to supernatural phenomena or events.
Debunking.
We are more to debunking science and logic. That's our upfront, right, for me lah.
Right.
So, when we are putting upfront ghost hunting, yes, it's actually not good. Why? What beneficial do you get from ghost hunting? If you are debunking, when you find out, there's no supernatural activity that happened when you are researching or investigating, then you can see what is actually happening. Is it hallucination, mental problem, or is it being indulged in that kind of mindset, or is it mental conditioning? Yeah,
Can be.
Precisely. So that is what I'm trying to upfront. That is what paranormal is, to debunk actually before you say everything got ghost.
Yeah. But then again, to me, with all due respect lah, yeah, if let's say you want to do paranormal, you need to know your ethics lah. Most importantly, you need to know your ethics.
Correct.
I condone, yeah. I don't even advocate to the idea of want to go for night walks. Let's just put it as that, okay? Night walks. Must go cemetery. There are other places with high spiritual activities. If you want to experience these kind of things, there are a lot of places that you can go. If let's say you can't find it locally, you can always go overseas.
Yeah, true. So guys, don't go cemetery lah. Okay, people have talked about it, so we don't go cemetery. Then where should we go? Join us, PARABEX, 29 to 31st August at Batu Pahat JB. We are going to be there. So drop the cemetery shit, come and look at the real shit.
Yeah.
With us, PARABEX, Paranormal and Urban Exploring. Come on. When you talk about ethics, let's move towards ethic. Okay. I've seen also currently people unethically walking at night. Okay, this is very, very unrespectful for me in terms of content visual as well.
Right.
I've seen somebody actually pull out their pants, but of course there is a underwear lah. Got underwear, and you know the jingle balls is there.
Jingle
Ding,
bells.
ding, 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 ding.
Jingle bells.
And it's actually outside. It's not cemetery. I don't think it's a cemetery,
Right.
but it's still in a place of you know where people call it haunted places. Okay, as a spiritualist, in the perspective of entity, and also in spiritual perspective, how do you rate that kind of thing?
Put it as this, if it's not your place, it's someone else's place. Okay, so wherever you go that is not your place, we just need to be respectful. Simple as that. So if let's say you want to, you know, to remove your pants, you know, if you want to scream your lungs out, whatever the case may be, I think you should be more mindful of your actions lah. You know, even the simplest, just by littering is actually not right lah. Okay, so again, I don't believe, I don't quite agree. Okay, I don't quite agree in this, like you want to go there and then you know your things you just litter. You know how you came in, that's how you live. How you come in, that's how you live. Because at the end of the day, I emphasize again, if it's not your place, it's someone else's place. How would you like it if someone disturb you while you are doing your things?
Yeah,
Simple, reversal role.
correct. Somebody go to your house, suddenly open the pants, and then I don't know, show it's jingle bells, and then you know put pampers, and then put back.
But in the eyes of the astral world, probably these things were like, who is this bugger? You know, who is this clown? You know, they are either they're gonna be disgusted by it, or they're gonna make him like a clown lah, literally as a clown. You know, entertaining. Like, okay, let's observe this person. You think they will not follow? If they find something that is amusing, do you think they will not follow you? Of course they will follow you. If you're gonna be screaming your hearts out, your lungs out, do you think that you will not draw attention to yourself? You may not see that there are people there, but we are talking about the astral world. Of course, you'll be pulling in people's attention to you. Okay? So again, when you are doing all these things, you are aggravating them. You are aggravating them. So that is where, talking about ethics again, wherever you go, regardless, just be respectful.
True, true. That is actually correct. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not just it does not implies on paranormal content. It implies in our daily life actually.
Exactly.
Being respectful towards human beings. Be respectful even towards animal.
Even
Zookeepers.
going to people's life.
Yes,
Just
correct.
be respectful. Don't need to talk
Digitally.
shit about people.
Yeah. Ouch! Ouch! Okay, yeah, actually correct. I mean, I agree with Ami. Being you have to have a standard. I'm not saying you should put a professional SOP, standard operation procedures. Okay, but at
But it's
least
good to have actually.
yeah,
When you are
it's good to
going
have.
to these kind of places, when you are doing night walks, it is best to have an SOP. So at least you know the guidelines, you know, so it will not be chaotic.
Precisely. I mean, like in terms of you know safety, especially.
Definitely
You need to have-
safety.
Yeah.
Especially if you are bringing in guests
Yeah.
into your session, the top priority should be safety, not just physical safety, but also spiritual safety. Very
Correct.
important, guys.
And adding on that, I will add on emotional safety.
Oh,
Because we need to see, we need to assess if our guests, because we cannot we cannot put our guests as in par with us. Maybe we are used to
Correct.
it. We are used to the nightlife. We are used to this kind of energy,
Yeah.
right? And we know what to do. But if your guest is somebody who actually quite scared of things.
Yeah.
However, he or she wants to try out, which
Right.
is an plausible
Right.
movements.
Right.
But you cannot push them too much.
Correct. Basing on the footage that I observed lah, yeah, this particular guest, reading this person's mind, body language, everything, this person is already like, no, I'm not up for it. I'm
Can't
not
take it,
up for
right?
Yeah, but then because for content's sake, you know, still have to give face also, right? So still have to give face. But to us, when a guest says, no, I cannot, we just have to respect that and then just make do with that and then go on with the plan lah. That is our way. Sorry to say, but maybe it's clouting. I do not know. Okay, I do not know.
And I also want to emphasize, okay lah, when you're talking about, oh, people are paying me. Okay, look at it. If you're earning 5,000 every month, okay, normal work, you're working outside normally, 5,000 per month. Does it make sense or not? That okay, because of the amount that I receive, it's okay. I kena possess lah, you know. I even vomit blood lah, you know. Spiritually, I'm being attacked. All this. Does it make sense that because of monetary, you bypass all of this emotional safety, spiritual safety, even physical safety?
It's not worth it. Because I remember what this person's words were. I quote. I don't care. Anything happen, I will leave all these devices and I will run. Because I prioritize my life. This person said, I prioritize my life. If these things, all never mind. I important.
Yeah.
We cannot see that this person is selfish. Because at the end of the day, this person value their own life.
Correct.
You know, over anything else.
That's the way, right?
That should be the way.
Yeah. And also for the host or for the organizer, you shouldn't be putting your guest's life in jeopardy. That is 150,000%. That is why for us, even Ami had followed for PARABEX, we do value safety. We do value emotional safety as well. We will check. We will make sure even there are participants who don't want to follow for our night activity.
And we cannot force them.
Yeah, and we are okay with that. We are okay with that, what?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is very specifically important, and for the influencer out there, if you want to talk about paranormal, are you into it? Have you done it? If you don't, how can you conclude something? How can you understand about it? If you wish to do it, at least research about it and be practical.
Yes.
Myself, okay, Ami, we are also offering, if you would like to join us, if you would like us to accommodate you and teach you what is about paranormal is, the truth, proper paranormal. Okay, we will show you, we will let you know what is the proper mindset, SOP and everything, so you get a better view. And sorry
from
to say,
A to Z, you know.
And I'm sorry to say, for that particular influencer, you are not a proper person to talk about paranormal. You are talking about ghost hunting. You're talking about truth seeking, and these people are not properly doing paranormal activity or investigation. Right?
Okay. Just a disclaimer. Again, with all due respect, we are not throwing shades. We are not calling people out, but we are calling actions.
Yeah.
Which can be improved. Okay. Which can be improved.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So wow, this is a very good enlightenment topic for tonight, actually, Ami. And okay, ding 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 ding, it's Q&A time.
Yeah. By Ipozu, what do you need to be a paranormal? Is there any requirement?
In the first place, you cannot be a paranormal. As I was sharing just now, paranormal is a phenomenon. It's not a hobby. It's not a title. It's not kind of something that you can give to human beings. Okay, I will say, let's get to the bottom of things. Paranormal is a phenomenon. It's something that happened, and okay, and I understand that wants to be somebody who investigate paranormal activity or paranormal phenomena, right? Okay, what do you need? Okay, first of all, what you need is to understand what is the true meaning of paranormal, not the renditions, okay, not the
Label.
Yeah, not the label, not the
Paranormal.
not the misjudgment or miscommunication of things lah. You know, not that. Okay, the true meaning of paranormal, you just open up dictionary, English dictionary, and understand it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, what you need to do is, okay, be aligned or take guidance from established paranormal teams, okay? Paranormal teams in Singapore locally, and also look at the modus operandi of other paranormal teams that is outside of Singapore. Okay, if you, I would like to share with you that maybe you can tune to the US because they are more to the gadget side, and spiritual is not paranormal. Paranormal is paranormal, spiritual is spiritual. People like to mix these two. They say, oh, when things happen, it's paranormal. No, possession is not paranormal, guys. It's not. It's spiritual, actually.
It's spiritual, it's not paranormal.
Yeah.
Okay? Know
No.
your things.
Correct. So that's, I give it that to you first, and thank you for your questions. That's a wonderful question, at least.
Yeah. We have another question. Is there consequences for being clowns when doing paranormal activities or visiting such haunted places?
Okay, let's hear from you, Ami.
You are what you are lah. If you're a clown, then you're a clown. But any effects, I would say, is really how far you go. You know, when you are crossing boundaries you shouldn't be crossing at all. Okay, so you see, when you have no proper etiquette going to this kind of places, you are already aggravating astral entities, you know, spiritual beings where you are going to. Okay, they will not like it. So again, how far you go? Some of them will just disturb you there and then. They will just disturb you there and then. But some of them will go further to the point that you have an attachment lah. You'll have a demonic attachment. Then that will be a problem. You may not see it there and then, but it will creep into your life slowly lah. And then you'll start to see things happening which is spiraling downwards. What is your opinion or messages on people who clout chase or write on your hard works?
Number one, first of all, yeah, when you talk about hard work and people clout chase, riding on or clout chasing on your hard work, of course, it's saddening. It's super saddening. It's super frustrating, especially for us who are doing the hard work. Because, okay, I need you all to understand. Okay, let's tune into just paranormal activity or research, okay? We have equipments. We paid equipments, we buy, we spend our time, sometimes transportation, locally and overseas. So we are using our, our own hard-earned money. And this cloud chaser, sometimes what they do is they learn from you, they tune to make it more simple for them. Yeah, from the framework, it's your own framework, and it's very frustrating. However, there's not much we can do because this is nowadays, people are doing it, and there is no such thing as IP, intellectual property, copywriting, unless it's A to A, apple to apple. They really follow your style, they follow the way you speak, or even the best, when you want to put something to see about copyright, is when they have music. That's one of the way for them they can't follow. All right, but tuning back to this kind of thing, they don't use the music. They just follow your framework. Just do it, because the further you go, sometimes they can't chase you, and they will know where where is their stand.
I always believe this. You can always copy someone's recipe, but you can never get their sauce.
I remember a bald eagle told me before, you can imitate, but you cannot duplicate. I don't know, sounds bullshit to me as well.
Okay, for me, with regards to cloud chasers or people who writes on our content, right? I always believe everyone have free will lah, yeah. If let's say they want to do this, then it's your call lah. But at the end of the day, I don't have any issue if you talk cloud chasing or clouting on my content, on our content. But there is no need for you to talk shit. It reflects how you are as a person, not about our content, It reflects on your intellectual depth of your content clouting on our content. Makes sense or not? Especially when you are talking shit about things that you do not understand, it shows clearly, about how where you stand in your intellectual understanding, your knowledge on things. That is why, to me, sorry to say lah, if you do not understand, sit down, listen, understand. So don't make yourself look like a fool. Don't make yourself look like a fool in the eyes of the world. You know, because again, why I say the world? Because you are publishing this as your content, you know. People who know will know. People who not know will believe because they think that that is right. For us who knows things, we will not like, oh no, like we'll make a big fuss. No, people who know will just keep quiet and then just observe.
People with knowledge tend to be more silent because they hear more rather than speak more. But those who speak more, knowledge is not there.
GB jabber.
Let's see, is that correct? Comment it below. I mean, that is a good cover for this topic. Okay, before we signing off, okay, I'd just like to share with everyone again, thank you for all your questions, all of you. And do not forget to follow us, subscribe to us, follow us, like, share, even in our personal social media, the Paranormal Consultant and the Foxy Oracle.
Thank you all again for your unwavering support, your love for us. Okay, if you feel that whatever that we are sharing resonates with you, please do follow us. Okay, do give a thumbs up and then also share with us your constructive comments lah. Okay, anything that is not in alignment, it's okay. I emphasize this again. I reiterate this again. It's okay.
And signing off, I'm Ardshid from the Paranormal Consultant.
I'm Amy Fox from the Foxy Oracle.
Together,
Keep it real, 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 real.